Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out JasmyCoin's price chart. And I believe in the previous video we were right in here, and the idea was that we are going to have a move up, but at that point odds are after it's over we are going to see yet another move down in order to reach to about this important region between 1.6 to about 1.7 cents, which I believe was actually a very important gap that was created as a result of this move up being a bit too fast. And what happened, pretty much that scenario, and our move up unfortunately wasn't really that strong. Now question is, can we argue the low in JasmyCoin is already in, and from here we are going to have a massive move up in order to take the highest high for the first target about 2.1 cents, and maybe we're gonna go quite a bit higher than that. Well, let's check out a couple of signs. First things first, in a downtrend we are having a series of lower highs and lower lows, and when can we say this is over and the trend has changed? When we get a move up, and in that phase we take the previous major pivot high. Let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. Excuse me. Okay, so you can consider in Jasmy having a downtrend starting from the highest high, and based on that I think yes, this is a low, this is a high, this is a lower low, this is a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And when can we say maybe the trend has changed? When we get a continuation of this move up, and in it we take this important high about 1.86 cents. Now by the time that this video goes out, I'm really hoping that we are going to do it, and at that point you can actually argue with a good bit of confidence that maybe the trend has changed. So in terms of classic up and down trends, it seems like this downtrend may have actually came to an end. Now what is going on in terms of Elliott's waves in here? Let's go around this area. So if you want to argue, we're going to have our final low around this region. Let's say this is like an important support. Then, okay, off of the lowest low, you need to be able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. This specific example is an impulse. Rules for it are, we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of 5 wave, wave 3 should not be the smallest wave, and for our sub waves, you know it, 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. Okay, and for wave 2 and 4 we can have many different possibilities, not really important. Let's say maybe like a triangle into wave 4, and A, B, C, D, E, and a WXY into wave 2. Now let's go on the live chart and see, are we able to find a beautiful impulse from this low or not? And the answer is actually kind of yes. Here is how I can argue that. There are many different possible counts in here, but based on the fact that the current move up starting from here or here, not important, is getting quite extended, I'm gonna say this is probably into a wave 3, meaning this can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up into 1, correction for wave 2, maybe this is 1, 2, another 1 and a 2, and this is going to be into a wave 3 and 4 and 5, and maybe on a higher degree the end of our wave 3 is going to be hopefully in here, and then we're going to have correction for 4 and yet another move up into wave 5. So basically no, we do not have complete sub waves for an impulse, but it seems like that we are absolutely on the track. And what do you know, right now we took this important high, and the bullish sign in terms of classic trends is now absolutely confirmed. So this is definitely an optimistic sign, and again it seems like that we are on track to complete a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which will be another great sign. Now if you remember, in the previous video we specifically talked about the potential of having an A, B, C in form of an expanded flat, which into our C leg we are allowed to identify a 5 wave impulsive structure. Now do not get me wrong, it is still possible to identify this whole structure as an ABC flat. However, I am now going to change some waves. Here is how. Let's zoom in more. Okay, I'm gonna argue, sure, this can be the end of our wave 4 right in here, and this is our wave 5, and this is a flat structure, but now into a wave W. This was probably a correction for wave X, and this can be an A, B, C zigzag to about this point into our wave Y, completing the sub waves for, you know it, a W, X, Y in form of a flat and a zigzag. Now why is this kind of important? Because for our wave X we may have in here an ABC up, and I said, well, okay, this is an ABC down most likely, and well, in the interest of being objective, now I'm going to check out the bearish possibility, suggesting, you know what, this is ABC down. This is probably an ABC flat structure up, and we may see, if we are bearish in Jasmy, yet another move down in form of an ABC zigzag, and then that will be at the end of a beautiful looking WXY in form of a flat and a zigzag. And again, I want to be very clear. This is just in the interest of being objective, okay? It is absolutely not my base case. I'm just considering a bearish possibility. So in case that we get something like this, I'm not going to be surprised at all. It's very important to understand that, because there's always that one person that in the comments says, you just basically said we are going up or down. You see, if I don't show you the bearish possibility, I am doing you a disservice, okay? The price doesn't listen to me. We may actually go up or down. Nobody knows for sure what is going to happen. That's why I'm trying to, in every single video, consider different possibilities and tell you which one is my base case, why is that my primary scenario, and what we need to see in order for us to talk bullish and have more confidence on that possibility. And what do we need to see in here? But let's just take this one. Okay, we said if we are bullish in Jasmy, we can argue this is a 1 2 3 4 5, which I do think it is going to be. But question, according to the bullish scenario, what happens after a 5-wave up? We are going to have a move down, and the move down itself, again, I'm going to say it, it's not really that important, okay? It's kind of predictable. What really matters is the shape of that move. If we get a slow and choppy move down with a lot of overlapping of the waves, that could be a great sign. Why? Because being a slow and choppy is a very important characteristic of a correctional structure, and you can argue then this is 1, this is 2, and what are we going to do next? Probably a massive move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. On the other hand, if in this move down we identify a very strong one, a 1 2 3 4 5 wave without a lot of overlapping of the waves, that's not going to be a good sign. And at that point, I think we need to consider this scenario suggesting this is an ABC flat, and we may have yet another ABC down in order to take the lowest low. So again, let me be very clear. What really matters is the shape of the move down that we are going to get after hopefully this impulse is complete. Right now, I do not believe it is actually complete. I think we are on our way to complete the sub waves for most likely this wave 3, and then we are going to have correction for 4, another move into wave 5, and at that point it will be time to have a move down. Hopefully, if this is going to happen by the next 2-3 days, we are able to at that point make an update and see what is going on in here. And I'm really hoping that we identify the right structures, because honestly, in JasmyCoin, we really do not have any unfinished business down here. No, I'm really hoping that this is going to be 1 2, and we get a massive move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Jasmy's chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.